Game number 1, Haunted Mines, the losers bracket final. We're down to the last 3 teams, ladies and gentlemen. Washed Up is playing against the Circus Clowns. Both of them want to make it to the grand final and face off against Team Whoa. And I needed some reinforcements for this one, so we got Trixler with us once again.
The cavalry's here! I forgot how to do the Tracer impression. Can you do it for me so I can mimic you? I haven't heard Tracer in forever.
I'm so really bad at it.
The cavalry's here! Oh, it's Cheers Love. That's where it is. Cheers Love, the cavalry's here! There it is.
I think this is among the worst Tracer impressions
that was perfect.
No,
No, that's really good. That's really good. It's really good.
The only thing that I've heard that's worse is mine. That's why I'm not making it.
Let's hear yours. You can't talk shit until talk shit get hit or whatever they say nowadays.
No.
For real.
I've been doing, if anything, I've been doing in the past, the frog in the bubble.
That one. Give me one. Give it to me.
Oh, it's a frog in a bubble.
Oh my god, how is it worse than mine?
It's horrible. It's really bad.
Is Tracer banned?
Tracer is bad. I gave you a list.
I can't even hear it. Okay. Where's the link in Discord?
Yes.
All right, you do commentary. I'll listen to the link real quick. Let me hear it. Oh, the link on the bands. I thought you meant a link to the frog in the bubble. I was like, oh yeah, I'll listen to it real quick. All right, go be professional. Tell us what's going on in this game and stuff.
Well, I mean, we have another best of 5, and it's losers bracket, so whoever loses takes 3rd place, and the winner is at least guaranteed to have 2nd, moving on to the finals. But yeah, we got 22 heroes banned this time, before we're even heading into the series, and every single hero can only be played once, and so far, it was pretty good. Very good games.
Oh, there's Bad Benny! Yes! I swear every time I come to cast with you, Bad Benny is on display in one of the matches. It is the Bad Benny. I wouldn't say curse, the Bad Benny blessing. We get to see him.
It makes sense. You're usually joining for the later rounds, and they are one of the best teams together with Team WoW, so you're usually getting to cast them. Next round is going to be Dino and Masquerade, so they're currently waiting. They're chilling. They won the winner bracket final.
All right.
Oh, we get
Lenara pickup. Yeah, and a Deckard Cain. So is like game number 1 usually like a weird map, but like normal compositions, and then like around game 3 we kind of get wild. Is that how
we are sometimes even getting wild already in the second map. In the group stage was a bit different because we had only 10 pre-banned heroes in the group stage, but now that we have 22, it escalates a lot quicker. But the whole idea behind having Haunted Mines, Blackheart, Spain, Hanamura as starting maps is really just that the first map is usually the more normal one, so we at least throw out a map that is normally not getting played. So the players can't even pick those, but it's always the starting map, one of the 3.
Gotcha. And Lauber got his ETC. I feel like every time that I cast Lauber, he's on ETC or Mal'Ganis. Those are like the 2 heroes. But he's forced in this series to play different stuff. So what else has he been playing?
I mean, mostly Mal'Ganis and ETC. So those were the 2.
Trios.
but he does really well with them too. They had a series earlier with ETC, Malfurion, and where they played Karrigan, and they just destroyed. As damage they used Jaina, so I'm actually a bit curious to see if they are maybe trying to get her again here.
Okay, alright. We'll see how it unfolds. I'm kind of curious what tank we're going to have over here for Mr. Bad Benny. I'm assuming Diablo's banned. Let me pull this up. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to do my research right now. Yeah,
Diablo is banned. And the first round, normally it's like Nubarak and Varian, who you're both seeing banned in the series, that are probably the most impactful ones. But once that we're going game 3, game 4, we've been running out of tanks a few times already today and yesterday.
Is D.Va being used as a tank? I still think D.Va can be like a nutty tank for real.
I mean, they haven't really played her as a main tank, but we've seen D.Va plenty of times, yeah.
I guess it makes sense. It should be more bruisery in this like high level of play. Ooh, a Sonya.
Yeah. Sonya in. But I'm still curious to see what Benny is going to get. Tyrael. We haven't seen as much Tyrael as I thought we would. He gets played, but not with as much of a priority as I expected him to have. You know who got played a lot, and maybe we're going to get to see him again, especially in the final? Kel'Thuzad. Over and over again, like some sick plays. Dino has been playing here, and some of the others too. The Cats have been playing here. It was pretty crazy, so yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Most of the high mobile characters are banned out, like Tracer and Genji, that would just delete him, so he actually has a chance to hit his combo without being dead. Ooh, Tannis, let's go!
Tannis and Tychus. Yeah, we get Odin early today. Not even waiting for Infernal Shrines, where most of them have so far picked it up. But alright.
Wins this. This is already over.
Nick with the final pick. And what do we get for more damage for him? Yeah, he's been a bit all over the place actually with his pick so far and what he was supposed to play.
Here.
Yeah,
there
we go.
it is. Yeah, Kilthos against the double melee, Tychus,
Yeah,
short
nice.
range. Yeah, just burn him down.
Good stuff. Haunted Mines, map number 1, everybody. Let's head straight in. We got our first map in the best of 5 series. Again, the losers bracket final. Winner moves on to the grand final to meet Team WoW, and the loser takes 3rd place in the tournament. With further ado, Haunted Mines. Haunted Mines, map number 1, washed up against the Circus Clowns. On the left, Copenhagen, with Sonya Hazobs playing Lunara for washed up. We got Yasuo and Deckard Kane, Bad Benny on Tyrael, and Nick on Kelthos.
On the right side, in the red, Swamp Granta on Artanis, Death Knight on Malfurion, Lauber on his ETC, Skog on Junkrat, and Jaya on Tychus, or is it Gia?
Gia. But you're better than
Gia?
most of the people that are actually watching, because most of them are usually sitting there as like, why is he calling him Swamp Grota? I only see Swamp. So you know the European scene better than a lot of the
like
viewers.
6 casts to get down Swamp Granta's name, so I will say the whole thing every single time.
And
He
so
deserves the
you should.
respect.
Fell Infusion on level 1. Already a little bit of an adjustment here from Kelthos, but yeah, it's Mines time once again, and the first swap is missing. Swamp Grota losing out on Artanis a little bit. Bambi!
Ooh. Also
Oh
up
dear.
some damage. He'll be able to jump away. Oh my gosh, you and your puns, man. Jaya kiting away, spreading out for the fire there. Isn't the sappers like the big deal on Haunted Mines? Just you really want to control that top side, keep that constant pressure going up, because they spawn pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, I have to admit that a lot of these... slide and kill. Lauer back to his one-trick pony plays. I love it. Yeah, generally, I gotta admit that Haunted Mines as a map surprised me a bit. Obviously, this is in the context of a lot of heroes being banned, but the teams... reaction on the team side was a little bit split. So a lot of them have still fun on Blackheart's Bay, even though it can be either very snowbally or it can flip the balance very quickly if you're losing a ton of your doubloons. But on Haunted Mines, some of the players seem to love it, some of the players seem to absolutely hate it. But it has been more balanced than I expected, and the teams have also gone way harder for the objective than I initially anticipated. So it's been pretty fun to watch the map, I gotta say.
Yeah, Red Team has a really good comp for grabbing those sappers. You have Artanis to melt them down. He didn't go amateur opponent. He is going for the scaling level 1, but ETC has always been great at holding those capture points. Oop, a little bit of a pause coming in.
Yeah, so
occurring.
Swamp Grota with a quick pause here. I'm not quite sure if they have any drop problems. I don't really think so. Maybe it's something that they have on the voice side. I personally, by the way, I've been going over this before. I hate the level 1 talent on Artanis. I feel he never really gets enough value to justify it. So even in ARAMs where you have a continuous brawl throughout the entire game, it just feels that it doesn't have the impact that he should have. It should be stronger. So in this case, could have gone for something else. But Swamp Grota has been playing a pretty mean Artanis. I gotta give him that. A lot of good swaps, a lot of good moves by him. And maybe he can do it again here.
As a Hotscaster, you're forgetting the real major appeal to playing that talent, and it's the dings. No other MOBA in the world has the dings that Artanis can get from getting that level 1. So even if the damage isn't there, the actual gratification and the pseudo effect of picking up that level 1 talent makes you feel like more of a badass. So I actually disagree with your analysis on the Artanis and the level 1 pickup. I think he gets incredible value from the moment he picks it. Look at that. That was a ding right there.
All right.
There it was.
I have to admit, that is something... Oh, the swap. Nicely done. Swapping himself to death.
Oh, he needed 2 more auto attacks. I don't know why he didn't go back in. He would have gotten a shield. He would have been fine.
I gotta say, though, the analysis is top-notch. I have to admit that this is something I have not considered, and I apologize profusely for it. The dings are all that matters.
I've dabbled in other MOBAs, and they do not have the dings that Heroes of the Storm has. So it really needs to be something that you think about in the future, and I'm glad I brought this analysis to the table. You can steal it anytime you want. You're more than welcome to.
Okay, no problem. I will reciprocate at some point and tell you all about the advantages of Lava Wave.
Thank you. I can't wait for that day. I hope it comes soon. Oh, I forgot about Haunted Mines. There's like a whole second floor. Look at this. They're running downstairs, working on the sappers. That's what these are called, right? Little baby sappers, I guess. 10 to 15. Is there still like the 83
It's been a while, I
17?
guess, but those are skeletons and skulls.
Oh, well, they have like dynamite on them. They're kind of like sappers.
Quickly remind me, which company did you work for when this game was released?
I don't remember. That was
Blizzard?
a decade ago. Something like that.
What was the name?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to remember that, honestly. I've moved on. New days, new futures. 36 to 36. Is there still like a scaling value? I remember like it used to be minute based that you would run for this golem and try to rush it down on the lane. Or if they had adjusted that.
I don't know if the minute thing is still there, but scaling is still a thing. I mean, it's all about the big golem then at some point, but we've seen it occasionally delayed. Most of the time, once the team gets a bit of an upper hand, they're making a move, but there's always the counter strategy that you can execute at the top, where you just push structures, and while your opponent wastes time down at the bottom. So yeah, but here's the pumpkin camps that we've been talking about, and as you already alluded to earlier, everybody wants to grab them pretty quickly, and they're fully committed for it now.
Ooh, the commitment is there. This is where Khaldor's going to be really deadly too, so I'm glad that they picked it up. Unfortunately, unable to take away the camp. We'll have some pressure on the top side, and I think the Lobber's going to run to the bottom immediately. Yeah, he sure does. He goes down to that bottom camp and starts that up. And why are we staring at a golem? Look at it.
Huh?
Yep. What is coming out of his eye there? Is that a tree branch?
Probably some kind of fruit. It's like you've never seen the map before.
Yeah, I want to go back and look at it. That's fine. I was admiring it. I just didn't know we were going that route, you know?
Yeah, it was probably a root. No, I zoom in for you.
They're killing it now. Let's zoom in. Yeah, let's go back.
It's not really the prettiest fella, but that has to be a root, so yeah. I've actually never really thought about it, but it's a little bit of a weird one. I mean, those are tombstones, roots, and I guess a couple of bones.
Yeah, just taking all the decayed stuff around the map and becoming some kind of entity. Dude, Khaldor is weird. Ocelot's trying to poke from afar. They do have a massive flank coming in here. Bad Benny watching the right side. Here comes Hands. Looks for an engage. Immediate power slide out. They jump into the thing, and Lobber will get picked off. They do call him Mr. First Blood for a reason, as he gets picked off.
Yeah, Lauber had it's actually funny. By now, dying first within the first minute is called pulling a Lauber. And when he's watching the games, he sometimes even comments on us talking about it. So yeah, it's pretty. He actually only came back from Meta Madness, so he pretty much retired already. And then when he heard that Meta Madness was up, he's like, "All right, this is always fun, so I'm going to play it a little bit." And he had some crazy games earlier. He played Stitches and just hit every single hook. It was just nasty.
I always appreciate a good Lobber time, man. Lobber actually going for a power slide. Can't quite hit Hanzo. We'll get zoned out, but that golem is a pushing, and it's looking to get some turrets.
Yeah, Nick on Kelthas is actually now also going into the Sunfire Enchantment. Now, we had that already. We had a build that was a little bit similar to it that Nano played for his team, but Nick is definitely changing the build up quite significantly here. And, well, let's see if he can pull that off or not. For now, he got some serious damage in the last fight, but they still got to defend against the stronger golem. And the wall is already gone. Junkrat defending at the bot lane. And top fort pressure. I mean, but at least the blue team has the earlier level 10, so good for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that wasn't as devastating as I thought it would be. It used to be that at Haunted Mines, the first fort would usually go down on their first golem, but both teams doing a good job of defending. Junkrat holding the bottom side. As that 10's about to hit for red team. Oh my gosh, look at that Benny. He is pushing in. He is trying to find a fight.
Yeah,
but nothing available here.
We got Leap, Pyro, and Lulnado. So the Pyroblast gets picked as well. This is gonna get wild. This is gonna get really wild. Level 10 on both sides, and no real surprises for the red team. We get the Mosh Party, there's the laser show for Tannis, and they're still fighting for this. Leap is in, nice, immediately the hoppity hop from Lunara. Lauber is likely the first one to fall, but survives thanks to the globe. But Hazu, oh, he gets out.
Open able to retreat. Yeah, usually if you're running a Sonya Leap composition, you want to get a kill or get something to trade out for it, and at least they did get the camp. But Tychus is just melting everyone here.
And, he gets it, nice.
Good old Pyroblast. Just shutting down those squishies, Li-Mings, Junkrats, Tracers that doesn't have recall. Nice pick off here for the blue team, and they're going to need that. As we see everyone trying to push out our lanes and set up for the force and potentially the next mine phase.
I was actually a little bit worried that that Pyro would not do enough damage to kill him. When he started to move back out, it really seemed like that was it. But nicely calculated from Nick. So yeah, job well done by him.
He was yelling salami when that was happening. It gives you more damage. Everyone knows that.
100%. You know, actually play. Oh, another leap and the
surprise leap!
Lauber.
Love to see it.
Breeze played Heroes of the Storm yesterday. He played with
really?
Skog a little bit. Yeah,
He's still walking around with the silver platter?
I mean, he normally doesn't play Heroes these days anymore, but apparently they asked him to play with them a little bit. I just don't know if they are practicing for the Nations Cup or if they were just having some fun trolling around in Storm League. But it would be awesome if there was like a Swedish team where he would also participate and see if he could make it to the offline event.
Oh, the whole Fnatic boys currently just doing their own thing nowadays.
Yeah.
Quack Mix, all of them, Breeze, Wubby, etc. I had a dream about Wubby the other day. It was weird.
Sexy.
I don't know. No, not that type of dream.
It's okay, Tim.
Oh,
it's
big
fine.
mosh pit.
Yeah, they try to go for Nick, and he's dead. Kel'Thur's down. Goodbye.
They're just gonna run, right? Yeah, no Kel'Thas. That's their Junkrat killer right there. What are they gonna do without him?
Quacknick is actually a dad and moved to Spain for paddle tennis. And I think shortly after he arrived here, he injured himself in training.
Oh no!
I don't think he's still out, but he somehow injured his foot, and that looked pretty nasty. Like he needed quite a bit of time for recovery, so I'm not sure if he's already back to training or not. But yeah, so they are all getting super busy. But he's really now getting or becoming a pro athlete. So.
On the back line, Death Knight taking damage. Will be able to heal, retreat away, but that allows Open to come back and look at Lobber. Lobber goes for a power slide, trying to lock him into a corner while Bad Vinny comes in and breaks the shield. Here's the Pyroblast, Salami on Lobber, and that's going to be one pick off. Open trying to get Skog on the back right, while the laser coming in from Artanis. Skog able to dash to the top left. Bad Vinny goes in for Sanification, stays alive somehow, some way, but now Jaya with the beautiful Tychus play is able to get some decent damage in.
Everybody's just rushing away on the red team, trying to escape the carnage. And nicely done also by Nick. I mean, he just came back into the mines after dying earlier in the first iteration of that battle, and then immediately unleashed the Pyroblast to get the kills. They got 6 kills to 2, an early level 13, which definitely helped them in the later end of the fight also a bit. And with now 64 to 36 skulls, they got a small lead on the objective. I mean, they're slowly starting to pull ahead a bit, but at least at this point it's still fairly even. And a nice swap once again, but with only Tychus around, they just don't have enough damage. And I think Swampkora just killed himself. That one wasn't necessary. Another leap to follow up on the Artanis kill, but the Riptire is blowing Sonya apart.
A lot of AoE down though, and this is where Ocelot can really start to shine. Goes up, gets the auto attack on Lobber. Lobber does hit one mosh pit on Kel'Thas. The burning damage is coming in on Hans. Hans tries to turn around and get some fire out. Another root at the same time connecting, and now the boss is in on the action. Yasuo trying to retreat, gets off a potion, and is able to escape. Skog sadly cannot get away, but Hans might just go down as Jaya finally gets picked off by Hasselhoff. And meanwhile, in that top lane, that boss is pushing and trying to secure a fort. And at the same time, the bottom lane also being traded out.
Yeah, it was a little bit awkward. I mean, Kel'Thas, Nick, he got locked into the corner, and they wanted to kill him quickly. That didn't quite work, and then when they finally got the hits in, ETC also died, was blocking his path the entire time. So I think if they focused him a bit quicker, ETC might have survived this. But the Golems have now taken both of the forts down. The top lane fort and the bot lane fort have both been eliminated. The Li-Ming experience has been extended though by Washed Up. They have now an entire level over the Circus clowns, and they are going to hit the early level 16 for sure.
Yeah, that comes from grabbing the Sapper Camps, getting the experience there, and then also the multiple kills. 10 to 4, my gosh, 6 more than their opponents. Grabbing a second fort in the bottom right corner, taking over full map control. Now, it's not that crazy on the map control with this map being so small, but it is still something that we do not want to scoff at, as that 16 power spike is a bit to hit for blue team.
Yeah, another camp about to be taken. 16 is going to be the big one, and I mean, looking at the experience right now, there's a very good chance that we're going to get another round of skeletons in the mines when there is a talent advantage for the blue team. So this situation is actually really, really good for them. We now have on 16 also the Twin Spheres after the Fission Bomb for Nick, so also a lot of control that he's going to get through Kel'Thas.
Speaking of Artanis, 93 dings on that level 1 talent. Feeling good for him. My only question is...
Useless.
My only question is whether or not a base race is possible here for our blue team. With Sanctification, it doesn't seem like it. Lenara and Kel'Thas doesn't bring that much DPS. However, Sonya does bring in some chunk damage if they want to go straight for that core, which is a viable strategy on this map.
Yeah, interesting part is also that nobody died with the exception of Kel'Thas and Sonya so far. Those were the two that were targeted by the red team over and over again. They use the level 16 to aggressively siege up at the top, and as long as they're opening up these walls, the play for the keep later on is going to be so much easier for them. But, well, once again, the lead. Oh. Nice attempt, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill here. Unless he somehow unleashes the Pyro, and I don't think he had vision long enough there. Another quick flip, but Hanzo just doesn't care and jumps back out.
Yeah, Hanzo's been saving that leaping strike for any time that Artanis comes in. In fact, he doesn't even like try to dodge the Artanis swaps at all. He's totally fine with jumping out into the open arms of his teammates. Another siege camp being baited here. Guy steps up. They're trying to bring Lobber in. Ooh, can he get the swap? Not quite. Hanzo able to sidestep there. Tygus does get picked off. Here's a Riptire. It will connect with Bad Benny. He still has the Sanctification if he needs it. But with great control, he doesn't have to. And here comes the Pyroblast, Khaldor!
And he's dead. Artanis does what it does best. He dies. We have Sanctification still not used.
What is this Artanis flame? What is wrong with you? What? It's just good coordination from Washed Up. Artanis is a hero. It's perfectly fine. Shut your mouth. Be nice, Khaldor. Be nice.
It's my favorite topic. There's always people that are trying to defend Artanis to an extent that is really annoying, so I love hating on him. I actually don't even hate the hero, I just think he's underpowered.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. But Sylvannas has played really nice Artanis games before. It's just in this game, he's really running up against the wall. So you're not wrong when you're saying that the coordination is a problem for him.
The pressure is just too much.
Yeah.
Can't do it. That's all it is.
Performance problems, yeah.
Yeah, anxiety. It happens. It hits the best of us.
It happens to the best of us. So our fair at least.
Bad Benny able to sneak out his barrel because Granda comes in with the Artanis swap from a literal god, able to try and lock down his opponent. Sadly, Bambi is able to jump out quite easily. And now it's time for a blue golem with 90 skulls picked up to push the top lane. Oh, excuse me, the bottom lane. With a sapper to back it up. Oh my god. Red team is getting desperate and trying to force a fight.
Yeah, they're trying to go for it right away. Lauber, the stuns that we're getting from Copenhagen are absolutely on point. Another nice Sonya lead, but immediately the whip. And Artanis dies. Totally nothing to do with him. Great hero. Big value, big value. He drew a lot of cooldowns
there. Yeah, he really did. He created a lot of space, which has allowed for the red team to get back to their base safely.
Very useful, very useful.
Well, Odin will be here for defense. I am worried whether or not it'll be enough. Technically, they are on the same power spike as their opponents, as it is 18 to 16, but with that golem walking down the lane, things are looking very frightening for the red team.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, Washed Up is obviously aiming for the first keep here, and they even have the top lane now pushing. Here comes the Pyro. They go for Lauber once again. He just slides out. No value this time for Nyx Kel'Thas. 13 to 14 on the kill count. Even Talon still, but they take this keep for sure. They might even go for the core with this one. That's a big golem that they're using. A 90 skulls to 10.
Swapped around, Bad Benny comes in with Sanctification. Lauber goes in for a dance, but he's immediately annihilated here. Yasuo trying to retreat, providing those potions for his teammates. Swamp Grandstrom is keeping up the pressure. Meanwhile, the core is taking damage from that golem, and Washed Up feels like they might have enough. They turn around and cake out Artanis. Can they get more as the Riptire falls up from Scott?
Yeah, Riptide doesn't do enough. They are all still alive, and Artanis has just died, so he created a little bit more space, trying to provide an easy target so that nobody else on the team would be attacked. Fantastic strategical decision, but the core is still falling. Level 20 any second as well. Not looking good for the red team. The Clowns in trouble, and are likely going to fall here. Tranquility trying to save the day, but it is over. Game number 1 goes to Washed Up as they take the lead in the losers bracket final at Meta Madness. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. To the Spider Queen, map number 2, Washed Up with the lead in the best of 5 series. So far, So good for them. So they take the initial lead after 100 mines, and now we have a map number 2. Map choice has been made by Washed Up. Would assume that we're going to get a Kerrigan ban against Nick here, but time will tell. We have seen Tomb of Spider Queen a bit later in most of the series so far, and then pretty much every time it was a play around Nazeebo, but this might be a little bit different since it is the second map. So 10 heroes that we had on the first map cannot be played again, and 22 are banned for the entire playoffs. 32 therefore unavailable for map number 2.
We better get our Zul on this map. Zul, Nazeebo, Ragnaros, Asmodan? Have you had much Asmodan?
We didn't have a single Asmodan. I expected to at least have an Asmodan on Blackheart's Bay. Just for the good days, you know, the good old days. But no, nothing. So I was a little bit disappointed by that. I think in the playoffs, so we pretty much had everything played at least once if you count for the group stage too. But in the group stage we had so many matches where it was a massive skill gap between the teams that a lot of the teams were just absolutely memeing and having fun.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs themselves, I believe we are still missing 3 that haven't been played at all. Nova has not been played, Asmodan has not been played, and the Butcher hasn't been played. Those 3 have not seen a single game. I think
Why has the Butcher not been played? What the heck?
The Butcher is pretty much the worst hero in the game, according to them.
You are just speaking slander today. Arcana's first Butcher in 2?
He's never getting picked. What do you want from me? Even when we go to map number 5 and have 62 heroes banned, nobody goes for him. Everybody's just like, yeah, that's the one hero we don't want.
Murky over the Butcher.
Not only Murky, we've seen Murky over the Butcher, we've seen Valera over the Butcher, we've seen Kira, who has been an absolute shit show. And yeah, it's crazy. Everything else gets picked.
How does Kira function, by the way? Because she was like one of the heroes that came out towards the end.
Yeah, she's absolutely horrible right now. Her win rate is
Really?
abysmal. She got picked a couple of times and she lost everything except for one game where Ultralisk played her. And then even he said after the game, yeah, she did nothing on this one. So Kira was pretty miss.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, today we learned. Well, bans, we have Mephisto, and Nubarak, Chromie, and Dahaga. There it is.
That was a quick one. We had one of the games in yesterday's matches where the Nazeebo team was defending like crazy. Nazeebo had 260 stacks. Then they hit level 20. He kills 2 heroes, and 2 seconds later the game ends because their core dies. I would have been so pissed if I'm the Nazeebo player. You're stacking the entire game, you finally make it to 20, you instantly start killing the opponent's team, but you've already run out of time and the game just ends. I can't believe that they gave Nick Kerrigan though. That's nuts.
Does he run it with an Arthas combination, or is Nick like, I'm so good it doesn't matter?
I mean, they can run it with Arthas here as well. Arthas has actually been played a fair amount because we have so few tanks that are still available.
Hans is Nick, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Just to confirm for those that might be watching or be confused. Okay.
Yeah. So we get Yasuo and Ana and then Nick's Kerrigan. Yeah, that's brutal. But Gazlo and Nazeebo.
Junk Top, man. All we need is Zagara and just throw tons of health bars at them and just melt them down. I love junk comps. They're so fun.
What we don't really see these days anymore is the combo with Nazeebo and Ragnaros, and I don't really understand why, because I love that combo. When you use Molten Core to slow the game down whenever the opponent gets an objective, you can literally give up objectives and use Molten Core to defend.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree. I don't know if you're memeing. I'm serious. Yeah, it's incredibly good. Are you just smiling and beaming right now, or are you being serious?
Huh? No, I'm totally...
I'm serious too.
Yeah.
I want Nazrag. 100%.
Dude, you going all Sturmführer on me? Yeah.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah,
I was there with you, man. I was in the moment. We were on the same brain track. If there's like a flowchart rainbow road, we were on the same rainbow road thinking about things, coming to the same conclusions. I'm down with
casted those games together. First year of HGC.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Ooh,
now...
you didn't break some wave clearing.
Now it gets dangerous. You got a nano boosted Jaina with a Kerrigan combo to stun things up and Zul roaming the waves. Yeah, have fun with that. I mean, if they can survive through this, they're gonna have a good game, but boy oh boy, they are going triple specialist on this one. I always knew that the Circus Clowns were a little bit special, but now they're really overdoing it.
Oh my gosh, and then finish up with a Zag, so it is a junk comp. You literally just throw things and just hold down the area. You stay away from most fights. If they overextend, Lobber goes in for a taunt. You just drop down everything you have on that one target. Oh my gosh.
But how do you stay away from this? Kerrigan is lock you down, Zul's gonna lock you down, Jaina is gonna burst you to pieces. If they can survive, they're gonna win, but I highly doubt their ability to survive through this.
She has her tether for the knockback. It's a little bit scary, but like useful. And then you also have the Aegis for later on if Kerrigan does get the engage they want. Like, they actually have a pretty good way of walking away. This is actually a scary comp, man.
Alright, let's see if they can pull it off. I like what Washed Up has. It's insanely dangerous, but also a lot of fun for the clowns. Game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 2, Washed Up against the Clowns. With a 1-0 lead, the blue team has taken an advantage as we're headed into the second game of the series. To the left, Hanzo in blue with Jaina, Copenhagen on Zul, Nick on Kerrigan, we got Bad Benny on Imperius, and Yasu on Anna.
To the far right in the red, playing Ariel will be Death Knight, Lauber is on Varian, Somgrante on Gazlo, Jaya on Zagara, and Skag with the Nazebo running the junk comp. And we're wondering if they're going to be able to pull it off.
Junk comp without Junkrat. It's actually a little bit sad there. Alright, they're blocking. Weird, they're actually blocking. It's a full Dota 2 block with a zombie wall. Nice. Actually played off really well. But unfortunately, the impact isn't really all at that big in the game. They gave for a second block.
Oh, shit.
Awesome. I like it. Good
there
stuff.
You go.
Very impressed. And immediately they die.
Oh, no. They did that so they could play near their towers and not die to Kerrigan.
Oh, no. Little did they know that Nick doesn't care.
That feels bad, man. I got nothing.
Oh my god. But this is exactly why I was so scared at the beginning. I told you they should have banned Kerrigan. I can't believe that they let it through. It's 5 kills to 0. We are
really
1
wish we could
minute
jump
in.
into comms right now, because you know if you go into comms right now, it's just dead silent.
I mean, there's only 2 possibilities. Either it's dead silent or they're just laughing. That's nothing
that's true.
else.
There's like, damn guys, they got us. Well, now we see the red team employing the known but lovely strategy of playing for comeback experience. Which is you die at level 1 and then you get a few levels behind, and then at 10 you try to come back. So Grante trying to retreat in the bottom lane with this Gazlo, but I think he's going to go down too.
I mean, at this point they can only employ the French defense. They gotta run away.
Yeah. Retreat, run, get out of there.
Well,
GG game.
He gets killed too. Yeah, this is not looking pretty. 6 kills to 0, 2 minutes in, full level lead around level 4. Lauber is also getting killed. I mean, maybe they're going to try and set a new record here, but with all that CC and that burst damage, I don't think there's a silver lining on the horizon for the Clowns.
Alright, it's time for my favorite time, positive Khaldor. Khaldor, how does a team that is down 7-0, 5-3, moving into the later stage of the game, mount a comeback against a composition that is a CC train?
It's actually pretty easy. The options that you have are a little bit limited, but the best choice is to let go of the mouse and keyboard, kneel down in front of your PC, pray to a higher power that I don't believe in, and hope that the opponent's internet disconnects.
Alright. Religious intervention is the hope of the red team. For now, they are setting up potential picks. They pick up taunt at level 4. Lauber on the corner, he goes forward, he finds a Jaina. Jaina gets taunted, however, Zagara will be interrupted. Nick turns around, hits a perfect Kerrigan combo, and deletes the plan of their opponents.
Make it stop! Oh my god, this is brutal. I can't watch this.
Here's the good news for the red team. All of these characters having an issue
there is good news.
What? Yeah, there is. There's good news.
Okay.
With the Meta Madness format, these characters that they have picked this round will be unable to be played later on. So they can't pick this again.
Okay, let me pick your brain for a second. You know what I don't understand? If I would play Meta Madness, I mean, you always have sometimes teams that go up against an opponent where they say, hey, this is going to be rough for us. They're technically better. Maybe we can land a lucky punch, but very likely this is going to end badly for us, right? That always exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Nick, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thought process, and I don't understand why nobody does that. If you know that in a normal straight-up game, you are probably going to be the underdog, why not go in a best of 5? Map number 1, you just pick only healers, nothing else. You eliminate them completely from the hero pool, and then you just let chaos reign as the rest of the series continues, where you're going to have a much, much better chance that you're actually going to win a few games.
I mean, I think it's a viable strategy. Why not?
Nobody's done that so far, and I
eventually.
never understand it. Every single time we have a real underdog going up against like someone that's super strong, I'd say use the first map and just eliminate a role completely, and that just see what unfolds afterwards.
I think if you keep doing meta madness tournaments like this, at some point strategies like that will evolve, right? You just need to have a team that's crazy enough to go that route, or it's like, you know what, we thrive in chaos. Like, you have to have that mindset to be like, chaos is where I do best, you know? And I think that'll eventually happen, especially if you keep reminding people every time that you do a Meta Madness. At some point, someone will listen and do it.
15 kills to 1. We're 5 minutes into the game.
10-7. Well, if Twitch chat is it correct, every time I see a Zagara or a Zebo on the field, all I see is just get 16 and just get 20 and you win the game. So, you know, we're 9 away from 16 and we're 13 away from 20. Yes, I can do math. Go ahead and applaud. So that possibility could happen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, honestly, circus clowns... I think they're just clowning right now. There is no way. We haven't even seen... We have seen one Wet Weaver wave, but there's another one that they can turn in quickly. Forts are going to get destroyed in seconds. The only thing that stands between Wash... I mean, pretty much the heroes are just oversized minions right now.
Yeah. I mean, for Red Team, you just kind of bunker up and wait till 10 and soak and pray you don't lose too much. They're not doing that, though. However, they're going for a massive side flank.
Yeah, they want Ana.
Yasu gets out, and Ana sneaks away from the fight, and it turns around into a massive kill. Hasuwab's MVP in that fight, hitting a 3-man Ring of Frost blind off of the hard engage coming in from the red team. Nice job, Hasu. He still got it, man. Not too bad for a grandpa.
And in today's series, drafts that didn't work out.
Oof, another pick off. The worst part, too, is, like, these deaths suck, but, like, the worst part is, like, they have no gems, right? Like, some teams will fall behind on this map and then, like, hold, and then eventually turn it around with a couple of web weavers turn in. And that happening isn't even possible because they're on 13 gems at the moment.
Okay, I got good news. They nearly have level 10.
That's good. That's good.
It's really good.
That's good. Yeah.
Also,
look at this.
Positive news, if they kill heroes now, they get more experience. That's a sneaky one. I like that. I like that. Yeah. That's actually working. I think they got the power to take this before anybody is close enough.
Sometimes in life just throws curveballs at you. And what you have to do is just keep pushing and survive to the next day, smile upon yourself and keep fragging. And that's what the red team is doing right now. They are literally just living life in Heroes of the Storm. They are down 19-2 kills, but they have not given up, Khaldor.
So they're living life and enjoying. You think they're drunk? That would explain a lot, actually.
I mean, cervezas might be involved. Yes, that's some Spanish. You're welcome. Me gusta. And you're right. They're here, 12-10. They're living life. There might be a couple of beers going on, but sometimes when you're playing Heroes of the Storm, you just gotta have fun, you know? And that's what they're doing. They're just circling together, teamwork, holding hands. You ever go to the zoo? And there's like the mom or the dad with like a rope and the kids are attached to it. That's how it feels right now with the red team.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? You don't do this?
Mom and dad with a rope and
yeah, they'll have like a rope and they'll have like 3 kids and everyone has to hold the rope when you're at the zoo. That way no one gets lost.
We call it kidnapping.
No, it's not kidnapping.
In Europe, that's called kidnapping.
No, it's not. It's leashing. What? Did you not have to hold a rope when you were a kid? I came from a family of 6.
Did I have to hold a rope when I was a kid?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I had to hold the rope at the zoo. Grab a bomb coming in, big knock-up, immediate clims coming out from Yasu. There goes the nice Maul as well. Ring of Frost, just pure chaos.
Wait, let me get back to this for a second. Are we talking about dogs?
No!
That's called a leash.
You go to like an amusement park and there's like literally there'll be like if there's a family of like 4 or 5, one of them will be tethered to the parent.
What are you talking about?
So they're not wandering around. Yeah, it's usually like tied around their waist or like their fanny pack.
Yeah, that's a California thing, dude.
No, it's not a California thing.
That is a California thing.
That's from like,
100%.
that's like the Midwest.
I have never even remotely heard of that. I call that child abuse. Like, what
They
the
do it
hell?
at the mall. Like, even at the mall.
What? Kid on a leash?
Yeah, if you have like a single mom or a single dad there, and they have too many kids, they just want to make sure they don't like run away. So like they like put a rope around them, and then everyone like holds on to it. Yeah.
I have no words
They're
right
called
now.
bungee babies. Oh, bungee babies apparently is the name of it.
Bungee babies.
Yeah,
Sounds like
they're little
helicopter
monkey
parents to me.
15 to 12,
Kids on a
orbital
roll.
landing.
Can I have that for Lily?
Please just heal me. Stay near me. Grab a bomb
I need
comes
my
out.
pocket healer.
Another combo connects.
24 kills to 2. I gotta say, I've seen teams lose faster here though, so I can at least give him that.
Laver's holding on, dude. He's going for these taunts. He's holding that corner. Dia's trying to help. Maybe a kill on Nick. Maybe. Oh, Nick.
Gia is winning, by the way. Gia died 8 times. He has the lead right now, so he's taking it. Also, big reports on Benny and on Yazoo. I mean, the only two that were hardcore feeding here. But there it is. So game number 2, it was close. It was a really close call, but eventually Washed Up took it, and therefore a 2-0 lead for them. Infernal Shrines, game number 3. After the close call, it was game number 2. We're all super excited to see what kind of strategy the Circus Clowns can come up with now, because this is match point number 1 for Washed Up. 42 heroes are banned, and well, this should get interesting. But the Clowns, they need a new game plan, let's just put it like that. The specialist play hasn't really worked out for them. Oh, God.
I mean, it's a good game plan if you have lunch around the corner and you're trying to get it done fast. Nothing wrong with that.
You mean it's the reverse McDonald's strategy from Fnatic
Reverse
from HGC times?
Yeah. Why try to win so fast when you can lose fast to get your
That is true.
McDonald's?
That is
Think
true.
about it.
The best way to throw a game, you know?
Poor Dubrak getting banned every game, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple of heroes that are still part of full meta, so they normally get banned the most, or played in the first game. Sometimes they just get it out of the system in game number 1, but the Hogger is a bit similar. If he gets banned in the first 3, you know that he's not going to be played in the series at all, because in the first round you can at least counterplay a bit with Falstad and some other choices, but then later on, as more and more heroes are banned, he becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and then therefore he's just gonna get continuously eliminated. Mephisto is a bit similar. Mephisto is also banned a lot. So,
I mean, he's just consistently good against all comps, right?
yeah, especially in Infernal Shrines. Chromie too. A lot of them get played in the first 2 games, and then they have to move away a bit. It becomes actually interesting once you're going into game number 4, game number 5, because what you get sometimes is that teams just realize, hey, we're running out of tanks, but Cho'Gall is up. So they have to ban Cho'Gall, and then they have to let one of the really strong meta picks all of a sudden open, and so that shifts the balance very quickly. We've seen that a few times yesterday, where Cho'Gall had to be banned because you just couldn't allow him to be taken. There was no other front line, and then some of the others made it through the draft. So yeah. All right. So
what's the 1-2, Mr. Blue Team? Falstad and a Stitches.
Gust and Gorge. Okay.
Well, because I saw a Hinterland Blast on your stream earlier.
Yeah, we also didn't have Alexstrasza in this series yet, so you can actually go for Stitches Alexstrasza and try to get more globes together if you really want to. That's a play that we've seen occasionally, but there's D.Va. She's been played a few times on Infernal, so yeah, just for you.
I love D.Va. She's so fun to play.
And we get a Tasta as well. Tasta has been smacking. I think Dino played him earlier in one of the games as well, and he's been just absolutely killing it with that hero.
Really? I've heard a lot of like negative about Tassadar over here in the North American life. But that's just like Storm League and stuff, so who cares?
Yeah, I mean, A, you have Storm League, and B, obviously, Tassadar here in the context of now 42 heroes being banned, right? So
Yeah, good point.
In that context, you have a lot of heroes that are all of a sudden super strong. That's why we saw so much Kel'Thuzad, because now you can play him. If there's no Genji, no Hanzo, no Tracer that can immediately jump on him, or no Zeratul that just chokes the life out of him within half a second, then you can start to get real good damage out with him. So if we're going to game 4, I wouldn't really be surprised to see him again here.
Is Uther banned?
Uther, I think not permaban, no. So he's not part of the 22 that are eliminated for the playoffs. So he should still be available here.
For a Stitch's hook follow-up, and they just banned Sharonda, which makes sense, like the Luna Flare. And usually you would have the Malfurion, but I'm pretty sure Malfurion's been played today already.
Nice.
Ooh, Alexstrasza.
Yeah,
and Orphea.
So we actually gonna get it. We're gonna get the extra globes for Stitches. I like that combo a lot. It's also a little bit of a weird one, but it's another one of these stacking quests. And if you have Alexstrasza to give you extra health globes, he doesn't not only get a decent amount of extra movement speed, but also an insane hit point pool. And since Devour triggers off the max HP that you have an insane sustain.
Oh, it's Kira and Illidan. Okay, let's get that win rate up. Let's do it.
Illidan has been played a lot, but the Kira pick, I think she has to go back to Wakanda training because she's been losing a ton. She definitely needs a couple of lessons there. Illidan, on the other hand, if you get him to the late game, that is a little bit better. He's been pretty decent. But now we're getting Arthur's against him. So yeah, I don't think the two of them are going to have a lot of fun here with Arthur's counterplaying them.
Ooh, that Arthas really puts a lynch in the pens of this entire strategy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, now they also have a lockdown after Stitches gets a hook, so Washed Up is really going all out on these. But hey, let's find out what they can do here. Can they close it out with a 3-0? We're going to find out right now on Infernal Shrines. Game number 3! Seems like Washed Up is really putting a clinic on with their drafts right now. We have a ton of synergy here for the blue team. With Hazu on Falstad, Bad Benny on Stitches for the Gorge, so they can already combo off the two of them. Yasuo on Alexstrasza for extra globes for Stitches. We got Nick on Orphea and Copenhagen on Arthas to lock down hook targets and counterplay the red team. Very solid draft here for Washed Up on Infernal Shrines.
To the far right, hoping to get a W somehow. Death Knight here for Stuka, Swapgranta on Diva. We're going to see his moves as Jaya's going to be on Illidan, Laber on Kira, so it's a tank Kira, and Skog on Tassadar. There is a lot of circles available for this team. If they can get them to line up, they might be able to build a Venn diagram of death.
Level 1, we need the Harmony for more. The hatred of 10,000 Storm League games has been picked up by Illidan. Trade build for Arthas. And what the hell is wrong with Benny? What are you doing? No, this is not how we're doing it here. Patchwork creation? I don't care if that's the better talent. You have an Alexstrasza with... Oh, Benny, don't make Bunny cry. What's happening here? Kira
Benny doesn't pick Stitches for your entertainment. He picks it for himself.
Yeah, okay. yeah, and that's the problem.
This is my tournament. What are you doing? Oh, they could have won me one with Illidan here. Ooh, for a second there I thought he had it.
Yeah, we need to include a couple of rules where we tell them, okay, you can pick this hero, but only if you pick that talent.
I think it's fair. You can do that, man.
Yeah. I mean, again, Patchwork Creation is obviously the go-to talent, but if you already have the Alexstrasza for the extra globes, I mean, then just embrace it. Embrace the memes, embrace the madness, go for the movement speed, go for the hit point pool. They already killed one hero though, so they were able to take Diva down. Now Lauber is starting to rotate a bit over and run straight into Hazu.
Massive win over last game though. They made it 2 minutes and only have 1 death. Compared to the 4 we saw.
Yeah, I guess that's an improvement.
No, yeah, you gotta think about the positives, dude. That's what I'm here for.
Look at that, Rune Tap, no, sorry, Icy Talons on level 4. We should get Rune Tap now on level 7, and he goes full trade build. So that could be interesting for them as well. They're playing him as a side lane bruiser more so than anything else, so that could be pretty good. Oh, Lauber, good call there. Able to get away. I already thought he was dying there.
Ooh, Bad Bunny locked into a corner at the force wall. And he's gonna go down. Red team showing some life here. Lauber also following up on top of Nick. Nick able to skedaddle out there with a beautiful dance on his Q. Also, I was looking for a potential flank here, but I don't think I'm able to do too much.
The spray game is also on point, I gotta say. So the red team still going for the sprays, and big ones at that. Top side, D.Va. And also a bit of an adjustment for the build, considering that Laura plays her finishing touch straight into your pain, my gain. So definitely a bit different from what we've so far seen in the tournament here. But yeah, they get the counter kill, so it's 1 kill versus 1. Much better than what they experienced on the last map. I think once that Kerrigan was picked by Nick, they already were realizing that this is most likely not gonna play out nicely for them. But the synergy is still really great for Washed Up. So yes, in the early game, the red team can maybe keep up with them, but once that we have level 10 abilities, I'm really curious to see if they still have a chance there, because the blue team has a fantastic draft in my opinion.
Don't forget about, though, D.Va and her nuclear explosion from her mech, right? It's something that can be quite devastating in team fights.
Yeah.
And Subgranta has one built up. You can also just separate your opponents. Yasu comes in, will drop down his dragon form, getting off some decent auto attacks to provide some heals around the front line as Arthur is chasing down Lobber. Lobber locked into a corner and cannot get away. Giant trying to grab whatever they can in terms of minions. There goes the nuke from D.Va. Gonna barely get a couple of minions, but she does survive. 26 to 18 in Shrine Control. Yeah. It is heavily going in favor of the blue team as they hit 7.
Yeah, absolutely. Level 7 talents as well are giving them a big lead now, because the red team is not going to get it right now. Illidan in trouble, and so is Tacita. He dies first, and now they're chasing Gia. He is able to get away at least, but Falset is already flying topside as Hazops is trying to push the wall further. D.Va is starting to slowly move in here too. Some Grotta saying hello, but the damage is going to be done one way or another. And they take the Arcane Punisher at the bot lane too, so things are looking once again pretty good for Washed Up.
Some Grotta trying some damage on Hazops. Finally will clear up on the top side, but that's where it's really difficult for the red team to clear up. They are very heavy on melee here. Ooh, nice play by Lobber. I actually haven't seen that on Akira before. He D'd right through the Arcane Punisher and went underneath it so he didn't get CC'd. Clever use of mechanics there. Jaya trying to keep that Benny locked down. Keep up that lifesteal. Death Knight chasing here as well, providing the heals. But Jaya a little low and not enough on the heals as Nick is able to find a kill.
Yeah, I mean, if Illidan can boss it out into the late game, then maybe they got a shot there. Death Knight is... At least he survived, so Death Knight is still alive. They have to stay away from the Punisher, who's going on a bit of a cruise and moves straight towards the keep. Doesn't want to bother with the fort. Goes for the more important things. But with 4 kills to 1, we are now also looking at a level lead. And D.Va dying at the top, but there's the counter kill. Stitches at the bot lane eliminated. So good for them. But in half a level, we're going to get level 10 abilities for Washed Up, and that's going to give them an even bigger power spike here. We, by the way, did indeed get Rune Tap, so I've talked about it a bit earlier, so now we have it here on Arthur's.
Jaya looking for a kill on Hasuavs. Might be able to get it here. Has to dash in a second. He gets it. Able to find the pickup. And look at the experience. Suddenly we're much closer. Open, hoping to maybe find Illidan though. Can Illidan get to a minion to get away? Yes, he can. And he will survive for now. So, Metamorphosis you think here, or do you think we might get the superior ultimate?
I think they're gonna go Hunt, I'm gonna be honest. He doesn't. I really thought he would go just full YOLO on this. But nope, he is gonna play it smart and goes for Metamorphosis instead. We're also getting the final strike in the black hole here. Alright, I'm definitely ready for this.
Watching Arthur just walk down is so freaking funny to me. Illidan just like flipping left and right, just trying to chunk some damage down, and Arthur just does not care, and he walks away half HP. 10 to 10!
Illidan is sometimes just a kid who completely hopped up on energy drinks.
Yeah.
That's all that it is. He's like Smexy. Smexy was also like Jesus, like his consumption of energy drinks was just insane. Like some people drink water, he was just gobbling down one energy drink after another. It was crazy.
To be young again, Khaldor. Could you imagine if I drank 3 energy drinks today, I'd be passed out around 7 p.m. and I wouldn't wake up for like 2 days.
Jim is going for the old man feels here.
Yeah. Like, I sleep now. That's how you know you're old. You drink energy drinks to sleep. Bottom lane getting pushed in here though, and Hasuab being chased down.
Yeah, he's running out of space quickly. Gust saves him some time.
No way.
And no, he dies. But now they are pinned down in the corner because the reinforcements are here. So yeah, Illidan is immediately getting targeted. Metamorphosis, black hole. Tacita the first one to fall. Illidan still trying It gets an A for effort, but they lose Stukov. The Admiral gets demoted. 7 kills to 4, but at least they drew even an experience. I mean, they're not doing that badly, honestly. This is pretty alright.
Svamganto was able to double soak during all of that, so the experience lead has been shortened here for the blue team. They will hit 13 first, but there is a good chance for our red team to move in and maybe contest this shrine. They would love to get Alexstrasza, right? Alexstrasza is a pretty important piece to this composition for getting shrine control due to that dragon form. If they can somehow manage that, that could be a moment or a window to open up the door for our red team to get a fort down.
I mean, Cam's at the top lane. Falstad is probably going to stay there and then try and fly in. Actually, the birdie's down at the bottom of the map. They're trying to get a kill on Illidan, which they couldn't get so far. At least they have level 13 now. But the Shrine party is already starting, so it's the red team that is currently making a move here.
And they're ahead, too. 18-3. It is just a normal Mortar Punisher, so not as deadly as the other two options, but still one that you would like to have if given the chance.
Yeah, low but careful. Illidan gets the kill on Falstad. Hazop's dying again, and Illidan can go for the bottom fort or join the fight. One of the two. With D.Va dying at the top, they definitely need him if they want to have a chance to take the Punisher here. He's still sticking it out in the middle. Alexstrasza popping the Dragon Queen too. Tassadar nearly died, but is still alive. And Illidan is joining the fight, but I think this is way too late for him to have an impact here.
Way too late. Oh my god,
yeah.
He just ran right into that, man.
I think he would have been better off just taking the bottom fort. He had an easy lane there.
For sure.
But they have 29 stacks. I think that's why they are still trying to win this.
They're trying to get there, 31-21. It's close. Jaya about enough time, and Death Knight was able to provide enough heals. Jaya finally gets hit there from Hossweb, just flies in and hits a hammering with no issues. Lobber swinging around the corner here on the merry-go-round, getting some damage on Hossweb. Hossweb's able to run straight to the open arms of Arthas, who will turn around the fight on Lobber. 36-25. Skog trying to grab whatever he can, and they get the Punisher at least. However, that will come at the cost of 3 members of the red team being deleted off the map.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if that was really worth it. If they would have taken that fort down at the bottom, let it go and defend in the middle, it might have just been better. But now it's 10 kills to 5. And it's not like they're not going to lose any structures. Up at the top, the wall is going to fall. So they're going to open this up. Falstad is defending against the Punisher. D.Va was trying to get some value at the bot lane, but Arthas is immediately there. So they are holding on to that 1-level lead. Obviously, as forts are now getting destroyed, Illidan has a little bit more space to work with, as distance to safety is crucial for him and his power. But yeah, it's a pretty big lead now for Washed Up. Not only have they taken the fort down, they open the keep wall up. 16 is there any second. They're looking good.
Oof. Tassadar is getting hit with main weakness. When he throws out that beam, he's standing still, and Bad Bane just waited for it, hit a hook, and just instantly deleted. 16 now connects. 4 washed up. As Jaya runs in once again, we'll have to run to the aid of his teammates. And now they gotta hunker down and work on getting their 16. The thing is, though, it feels like Red Team's main composition comes online at level 20, right? Level 20 Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Being available there. Kira also gets some really nice options at 20. And then, of course, Tassadar, with his Black Hole ability, should be able to follow up a lot easier.
There's also one thing that we have to point out here, and that is that Copenhagen went for a full trade build. So that includes his 13 and his 16. So it's not like he went full, hey, let's counter Illidan with this. So didn't spec into Howling Blast, didn't spec into the Frozen Tempest. That makes things a little bit easier for Illidan. Now, Arthas is still going to be annoying for him, but it would have been way worse if he would have tried to lock him down completely. So that gives more damage to Copenhagen, but Illidan at least has some opportunities to use his mobility in teamfights.
Oh, Kira comes for a knockback, trying to get him locked into the fort. Army of the Dead comes out, up and trying to stay alive. Actually will get picked off with the Black Hole, and suddenly a 5v4 is available here, and this is where Illidan can really sustain through a team fight. He decides to back away, though, with Bad Benny using the Putrid Bile, slowing him down and preventing him from chasing the target. And now we are even, 16-16, just kidding, 17 hitting for the blue team, but still close in talent tiers as Nick might be in trouble.
Yeah, gets attacked here. Wall is a little bit late. Shadow Wall's helping him out. Nicely done. That was an awesome helping hand, and they're just popping Kira. She's dead. Well played, but the fight isn't over yet. Illidan is still looking for a kill. Gets it with the help of Tassadar. Falstad at the top, pushing again for the keep. And down at the bottom of the map, it's Alexstrasza that's all of a sudden on the run and in real danger.
Yeah, this is where Yasu, he dies here, right? The heal should be enough. Death Knight coming in. No, you also able to get out thanks to the help of that fort. Did go down to less than a fifth of HP. And suddenly, we got a game on our hand, Khaldor. This feels like it could just break open at any point.
Yeah, I really think that going for that particular build with Arthas might heavily backfire for them. It's obviously much more fun with the dings, as we pointed out in an earlier game, but you are risking that Illidan is having a lot more freedom in the team fights than he should have.
Well, Shrine activates the north side. Jaya's going to keep keeping attention down here on the south with, oh my gosh, the shove to push Bad Bunny across the map. He's actually not in the fight, and Swamp Grotto's coming around. He almost has a nuke too available. You could use that to help grab this force in the bottom right. Jaya trying to stay on top of Alexstrasza. She is getting low on HP. The Life Bender coming out just in time.
Illidan in trouble, trying to get out here, and he gets killed. He's down, ult from Kira, but Lauber dies too. And there's the momentum that they needed. These are the plays that they were looking for. They go for Death Knight in the backline as well, one hit after another. But he's able to get out. The problem is that the fort is now still gonna fall. They can't delay that, and we're gonna get a kill on D.Va. 16 kills to 7 with Falstad controlling the top lane Shrine now in an attempt to get the next Punisher. And this bad boy is gonna hit hard because we're talking Frozen Punisher here. So they can definitely make a move for the keep once they lock this one in.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Yasuo's Alexstrasza is pretty nutty. He's really good at baiting you into thinking that a kill is coming into your hands, and then he just kind of like runs to his teammates well enough to where he can space it out, get off his own heals, and then keep his teammate in. And then if you ever get into a spot where he is in trouble, the Life Benders have just been on point. I love watching his Alexstrasza.
Yeah, I mean, they have all the tools right now. Illidan needs to pop off. As you said before, if they get level 20, the situation might change a bit. But currently, we're pushing in the middle with the help of the camp. They're stealing another one away at the top. It's gonna end up with Storm Talons in their hands and the objective as they push for the keep. So if the Clowns can survive through this and get to level 20, they have a fighting chance, but things are rough. A kill against Stitches would go a long way here.
They're going for the Alexstrasza, who gets knocked into a corner. A black hole, but that goes straight into an also major engage from Orphea. Orphea rushing straight at Lauber. Lauber just trying to stay alive. Finally, we'll be able to retrain it out. Hasselhoff comes in and knocks him into a corner. Another heal at the last second from Alexstrasza. Oh my gosh! Orphea going in for the pop. There's an Arthas too. From Grotto trying to stand here, but now he's a baby D.Va and he's going to get locked down. That is going to be 3 kills, potentially 4, as Tazar is trying to retreat away from Hasselhoff, who is low on mana but not low on spirits as he looks for a secondary kill. Bam! There it is. 4 kills and just a lone Illidan standing by his own in the top right.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. That escalated way too quickly. Once the level 20 talents kicked in for the blue team, they used the advantage right away to push and push hard. And the gap, the Clowns, they just can't close it. Now Illidan is dead. 5-man team wipe. Everybody dead. They get a Punisher ignoring the core, just going for another keep here. Wants to take all the structures down for max experience, but washed up. Close out the series. Circus Clowns take 3rd place in the tournament. Congratulations. Washed up though, they move on to the grand final as they claim the loser bracket final with a 3-0 over their opponents. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.